Are you someone who is emotionally dependent on others? Let's look at the following examples to see if they are actually happening in your daily life. You have a date this weekend, you have been eagerly waiting for days, but as the hour approaches, the other person suddenly cancels for some reason. Instead of simply readjusting your plans, you feel a deep sense of disappointment, as if your entire weekend has lost all meaning. You find a delicious restaurant and are excited to invite your best friend to try it, but they refuse. That makes you feel as though you have been abandoned. You hear a very good story and you are very excited to retell it to those around you, but they appear indifferent, not even bothering to look up from their phones or only giving a half-hearted response. Each time like that, you feel a little disappointed, a little sad, a little lost. Your emotions completely depend on the answer and the fleeting attitude of those around you. You find yourself trapped in a loop of overthinking, wondering why people seem so indifferent to you. In your heart, you wonder, did I do something wrong to make them upset? Or am I just not important enough for them to care? First, let's examine this issue from a scientific perspective. This disappointment is not just a fleeting emotion, it is a manifestation of social rejection sensitivity, an excessive sensitivity to being rejected. This is a state of extreme anxiety about the possibility of being rejected by others in any social context. When you are in this state of dependency, the prefrontal cortex, the area that manages logic and rational thought, becomes completely paralyzed. It hands over the steering wheel to the limbic system, the primitive part of the brain that specializes in processing raw emotions and fear. Each time you perceive a sign of rejection, the brain will secrete a surge of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. This is exactly the chemical reaction our ancestors experienced when they were abandoned by their tribe in the middle of a dangerous jungle. Back then, being left alone meant death, but today, your brain has not yet learned to distinguish that difference. For you, an unanswered message or a canceled dinner is no longer a small thing. Your subconscious whispers to you that you are being abandoned. You are experiencing a true chemical withdrawal because your brain lacks what psychologists call object constancy. Object constancy is the ability to believe that emotions are still secure even when the other person is not physically present or does not respond. Without it, you cannot maintain a sense of security unless you receive constant validation from the outside. This dependency is actually a form of emotional parasitism. It is a state where you place all of your thoughts onto the actions of those around you. In your subconscious, you are always searching for attention and empathy to fill emotions that even you yourself do not recognize. You are placing too many expectations on others, hoping that what they do will bring a sense of security to you, a job for which they never signed a contract. Gradually, that dependency becomes more and more serious. When they are happy, you are happy with them. When they are sad, you are sad with them. You live with the emotions of others and forget your own emotions, causing yourself to become stagnant and empty. You forget your own true self, becoming a collection of reactions instead of an independent, steadfast human being. A person who cannot create happiness for themselves has no capacity to bring true happiness to anyone else. You are living in a prison without bars, a cage built by emotions. Your subconscious is left only with questions like, why is no one paying attention to me? Why has no one contacted me all day? How can I get people to care more? That unreasonable expectation is the wall separating you from the outside world. This leads to dangerous and long-lasting psychological consequences that can ruin your life. The first is the exhaustion of relationships. You unintentionally turn yourself into an energy black hole. You demand more from others. You expect more from them, to a point that is ridiculous. Gradually, it becomes an invisible pressure weighing down on your relationships. That will cause those around you to feel repulsed and naturally develop a psychology of avoiding you. And the fear of abandonment within you is triggered again, creating an endless loop. Secondly, you will lose the ability to control your own reality. Because all your energy is spent observing the attitudes of others, you lose focus on your personal goals. Your dreams, career, and development are stagnated while you are busy waiting for someone to smile at you. You no longer live for your future, you live to satisfy current emotions. Finally, self-esteem is shattered. There are many people who always receive compliments for being friendly, sociable, and approachable, but those good personality traits actually stem from a nameless fear. They are afraid of bothering others, afraid of disappointing others, afraid of hurting others. Just an unusual gesture or action from those around them is enough to make them anxious all day. They're afraid that their image in the eyes of those around them will become ugly or distorted. And the rest of their time is spent thinking about how to make sure people around them don't think badly of them. It's exhausting, isn't it? If you see yourself in the things above, then it is time for you to change. You need to escape emotional dependency and find your personal emotions again. The first step is to stop paying attention to what people around you are thinking about you. You must learn to live with your own emotions. When someone rejects an invitation, stop asking questions like, "Why did they cancel?" or "Did I do something to make them unhappy?" That is not a solution. That is how you are consuming your time and energy on useless things. What you need to do right now is simply make a plan for yourself. Go out to eat alone, watch a movie alone, and enjoy things that make you feel happy. You are not lonely. You are just exploring everything you like by yourself. The fact that others reject you simply means they already have a scheduled appointment or have busy work to handle. Everyone has their own lives. No one is free to sit around waiting for calls from you. They have their own lives, and so do you. Their rejection does not equate to hatred. You must stop overthinking. Learn how to balance your own emotions. Do not waste precious hours sitting idly, replaying a conversation or overanalyzing a text message. Constantly remind yourself that you still have a long list of tasks to do. Your time is very precious. Do not waste it in empty moments or waiting for the bestowal of emotions from others. Every minute you spend waiting for them is a minute you waste your own development. Remember clearly that the only person truly responsible for your life and happiness is you. No one else is responsible for doing that for you, and no one else can do that for you. Only when you truly master your own emotions can you enjoy life to its fullest. Learn to control your mind, silence the inner critic voice, and escape from the prison of unrealistic expectations. Find your true self again, your true emotions. True freedom begins at the moment you stop asking, "Do they like me?" and start asking, "Do I like me?" It is time to step out of your emotional prison and enjoy the beautiful world. Live a full, interesting life. Your journey toward an autonomous and peaceful life begins right now.